Alright guys, and welcome back to my channel here. What I wanted to cover today was kind of just doing a quick update review on the Clarisea Gen 2 filter roller. This is the Sk5000. If you guys don't know, I had a install video I put up maybe about 2 months back. It's going on its second roll. I got the new roll in here. There you go. This is the XL, and that's what's currently on here right now. This roll's been on for about, let's say, going over 2 months now, or actually a little over a month and a half, I would say. So I'm pretty much happy with the results so far. What I can tell you guys, as far as any pros, cons, or anything like that, no smell at all from this roll. Again, as you can see, it's a whole roll of filter media that's just full of all sorts of food and debris and fish waste and what's not, and there is no smell coming out of it at all, so that's a plus. Secondly, it is a filter roll, so everything that's been going in has been coming out. The water has been a lot clearer. When I've done some water changes, I've noticed that it doesn't have the yellow tinge anymore that it used to have. So again, that's a couple pluses there. Not too many downsides on it. Looks like, again, they thought of everything with the construction on this. Placement is going to be key for you guys in your aquariums, whether you're putting it in your sump or wherever you decide on placing this, and however you decide on running it. Again, you can actually put this in your sump and have a separate pump feed into it. Again, the line is actually in the back of it. Now, placement wise, that's what I'm saying, is if you do turn it sideways, you can have the line facing to the side, however you want to set this up. These guys have thought of a few different ways of getting this configured and placed in here. This particular setup and how I have it in my tank works for me because the drain line comes through the back, and I just added on a bit of PVC to connect to it, and it's working good. Another plus here, let me move this out of the way so you guys can see it, is how they have it mounted. Bring this camera down a bit. So they have these hooks on the back, and they have little notches for the actual filter roll assembly itself to kind of hang off of to get that right depth in your tank. So like I said, they thought of quite a bit of installation methods here and cover all of that, so you're not scrambling to figure out how am I going to get this installed on the tank. The one and only, I don't want to call it a con per se, but the only thing that I've noticed here with mine is just that amount of detritus that gets settled right there. Not a big problem because it's within the body of the system, but detritus does settle there. I kind of, every now and then, I probably would have to go in there with the turkey baster or something to blow it out, or even probably open that flap to let a lot more of the water flow through to kind of expel some of that waste that's in there. So like I said, it's not really a con, it's not a problem at all for me. I mean, most people probably would find it an issue, especially if they're trying to keep the area ultra clean, but not a problem at all. My starfish has decided that it wants to make this a home also. Sorry for the jumping here. So starfish said he's going to make this a home for himself. He has taken up residence inside. How he did that was he got in between the little vents right here and just made his way in there. not a problem. He doesn't get caught up in the filter roll or anything like that. And he's been doing perfectly fine in there. He's actually just been keeping the body clean. So a little bit of a plus there. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to change this roll. As you guys saw, I got the new XR roll that came in. This one is pretty much done right now. I got maybe a couple inches left on it. Last time I left it, and I had the original roll, which wasn't an XL on here, it ran out. I came home in time to actually see it at the end of its roll, which is one thing you guys do need to be cautious of. I would suggest that, as a rule of thumb, if you guys do decide on getting this, order a new roll just before it gets to this marker here. It's a cap that goes over to hold the roll in place, and it has a good bit of space around it here. So I would say, unless you get a spare roll well in advance, if you're just waiting until to see, oh, how far can I go before I order a new roll, just before it gets to this edge on the cap, go ahead and place your order for a new roll. It's pretty much what I did with this one. I got it ordered from saltwateraquarium.com. It came out pretty quick. Thanks to those guys there. There was a bit of a shipping issue that I had. Somehow it got lost in the mail. They had to send out a new package, and that came out next day. So I got this actually yesterday, I believe. So I still had maybe a day. Again, because of the way the filter roll works, you know, whatever food I put in, it could kick off a little bit quicker than most days. I'd feed regularly, like I normally have been, just to see, you know, if it will last as long as everybody's been saying it does. And I will tell you, it does last about a good month and a half, maybe 2 months. I could probably push it out that far. So all in all, what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and change this roll out. A couple things you'll need to do that with is just the regular stapler here. So what you'll end up doing is taking the cap off, either cutting this or rolling out the rest of it, you know, depending on how much you have. Staple the ends and then feed the roll through, get it set back up, and then you're good to go. So let me go ahead and get that taken care of real quick and show you guys what it looks like afterwards. have it. You can see the water level has dropped in this chamber where the float switch is to advance the roll. So this won't fill up until this filter media gets clogged up with debris and all sorts of stuff that needs to come out. So that was pretty much it. Really the only painful part is just changing this roll and making sure you get the latch or the sleeve here that holds the mat in place onto your new roll. That shouldn't be a problem. Usually I feed a little bit in there and then make sure it's nice and snug, and then I start advancing the roll a little so that way I can make sure this isn't going to slip off. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it is doing what it's supposed to be doing. It is pulling out the waste and garbage that's would be normally just detritus in the tank. I'm not going to say it stops all detritus. I won't be able to really tell that until I get it over to the new system, because this was installed on my previous oil in my sump when it did have a lot of detritus, so there's still a lot at the bottom of the tank. But all in all, I like the product. If you guys are thinking about getting it, check with your local vendors, your online stores, whoever you can get it from locally. I'm pretty sure somebody will be happy to get you this product here. And make sure you get the XL rolls. The regular rolls probably won't last as long depending on your system and your feeding habits. So here it is. I mean, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I know it's been a while since I did a video on the tank itself. There has been a lot going on since Mac, I believe, which was the last time I actually did a video on the system. So I'll be sure to try to get you guys an update on the tank itself. But if you guys have any questions on the system, this filter roll or anything, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and I will check you guys on the next one. Peace.